The Blind Assassin is a novel by Margaret Atwood that explores the themes of memory, love, betrayal, and power. The novel is a multi-layered story that follows the lives of two sisters, Iris and Laura Chase, and their family's decline from wealth and privilege. The novel moves between different time periods, perspectives, and narrative styles, including excerpts from a novel within the novel titled The Blind Assassin. In the present day, Iris is an elderly woman who reflects on her life and the events that led to her sister's death. Through her memories, we learn about her tumultuous relationship with her sister, her arranged marriage to a wealthy businessman, and her involvement in the political and social movements of the 20th century. Meanwhile, The Blind Assassin tells the story of two lovers, an unnamed man and woman, who are meeting secretly in a hotel room. They tell each other a science fiction story about a blind assassin who travels through time and space to kill his targets.
The Bridge of San Luis Rey is a novel by Thornton Wilder published in 1927. The story is set in 18th century Peru and revolves around the collapse of the San Luis Rey Bridge, which kills 5 people. The novel explores the lives of these 5 people and their interconnectedness, as well as the question of whether their deaths were simply a matter of chance or part of a greater design. The novel was well received by critics and won the Pulitzer Prize in 1928. It has remained popular over the years, with its themes of love, fate, and mortality resonating with readers.
The Catcher in the Rye is a novel by J.D. Salinger, published in 1951. The story follows Holden Caulfield, a teenage boy who has been expelled from his prep school and is wandering around New York City before returning home to his family. The novel is a Bildungsroman, or coming-of-age story, and deals with themes such as innocence, isolation, and loss. The novel has had a significant influence on popular culture, and is considered a classic of modern American literature. It has been widely read and taught in schools, and has been translated into many languages. The book's critical reception has been mixed, with some praising its portrayal of adolescent angst and others criticizing its themes and language.
The Confessions of Nat Turner is a historical novel by William Styron, published in 1967. The novel is based on the real-life rebellion led by Nat Turner, an enslaved African American who led a group of fellow slaves in a rebellion against their white oppressors in Virginia in 1831. The novel begins with Nat Turner, the protagonist and narrator of the story, writing his confession from jail as he awaits execution for his role in the rebellion. Through his confession, the reader is taken through Nat's life from his childhood on a plantation in Virginia, to his awakening as a preacher and prophet, to his decision to lead the rebellion that resulted in the deaths of many white people. Styron's novel was highly controversial upon its release, with many critics accusing him of appropriating the story of a black historical figure for his own artistic purposes. However, the novel was also widely praised for its vivid portrayal of the realities of slavery and the complex psychological state of a man driven to violent rebellion.
The Corrections is a novel by Jonathan Franzen, published in 2001. It tells the story of the Lambert family, whose 3 adult children come home for one last Christmas together in the hopes of repairing their strained relationships with their parents, Alfred and Enid. Each member of the family is struggling with their own personal issues, including Alfred's Parkinson's disease, Enid's depression, Gary's marital problems, Chip's career setbacks, and Denise's love life. The novel received widespread critical acclaim for its sharp social commentary, complex characters, and intricate plot. It won the National Book Award in 2001 and was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize in 2002. It has also been included in several lists of the greatest novels of the 21st century.
The Crying of Lot 49 is a postmodern novel by Thomas Pynchon, published in 1966. The story follows Oedipa Moss, a woman in Southern California who becomes embroiled in a convoluted and mysterious plot involving the postal system, a shadowy organization called the Trastero, and a centuries-old conflict over the transmission of knowledge. As Oedipa delves deeper into the mystery, she finds herself losing touch with reality and struggling to distinguish fact from fiction. The novel is widely regarded as a seminal work of postmodern literature, with its fragmented narrative structure, complex themes, and explorations of the relationship between language, knowledge, and power. It has influenced numerous writers and artists in the decades since its publication, and has been the subject of extensive critical analysis.
The Day of the Locust is a novel by Nathanael West, published in 1939. The story is set in Hollywood, California during the Great Depression, and follows the lives of various individuals who have come to Hollywood in search of fame and fortune, but instead find despair and disillusionment. The novel has been widely regarded as a classic of 20th century American literature, and has had a significant influence on subsequent writers and artists. It has been adapted into a film and a stage play.
The Death of the Heart is a novel written by Elizabeth Bowen and published in 1938. The novel explores the inner life of a 16-year-old orphan girl, Portia Quain, who is sent to live with her half-brother and his wife in London. As she struggles to find her place in this new world, Portia becomes infatuated with a young man, Eddie, who uses her for his own purposes. The novel is known for its vivid portrayal of the emotional turmoil of adolescence and the complexities of human relationships. It has been praised for its psychological depth and its exploration of the themes of love, loss, and identity.
The French Lieutenant's Woman by John Fowles is a postmodern novel set in Victorian England that explores themes of love, class, and personal freedom. The novel follows two parallel stories, one about Charles Smithson, a wealthy young man who was engaged to be married to Ernestina Freeman, and the other about Sarah Woodruff, a mysterious woman who has been shunned by society because of her alleged affair with a French naval officer. As Charles becomes increasingly obsessed with Sarah, he must navigate the rigid class structure and societal expectations of Victorian England. The French Lieutenant's Woman is considered a modern classic and has had a significant influence on postmodern literature. Its use of multiple narratives, metafictional techniques, and self-reflexivity were groundbreaking at the time of its publication in 1969.
The Golden Notebook is a novel written by Doris Lessing, published in 1962. The novel is about Anna Wolfe, a writer who is struggling to find her own identity and the path she wants to take in life. She keeps 4 notebooks that represent different aspects of her life: the Black Notebook, which contains her personal experiences; the Red Notebook, which contains her political beliefs; the Yellow Notebook, which contains her novel about a woman named Ella; and the Blue Notebook, which contains her own diary about her writing process. The novel is widely considered a classic of feminist literature and explores themes of gender, politics, race, and mental health. It has had a significant influence on literature and on feminist discourse.